Hello, wonderful, beautiful people. Oh, it is Wednesday, my friends. It is Wednesday, and I'm so excited. We have a lot of people here in the chat. I love it. I come in here and there's so many amazing people already. I want to say hi to you. We've got Augie, we've got Poxy. Hello. Oh, I love that you're here. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, just catching up with the chat here. Oh my gosh, doing some traveling. Augie says, I'm doing well, getting back into podcasting again, working on writing the new show tonight. Is this Augie's Attic, I believe? I don't want to, tell you what you're working on, but that sounds fantastic. You may notice there's something a little different this evening. I am sitting in a chair. I am not back there on the floor. Um, yes, let's see. I had spine surgery earlier, I guess just about a little less than a month ago now. And knock on wood and all of the things. Uh but I think it worked. I don't know. I'm sitting here, again, I don't want to jinx myself, but um I don't know. I'm feeling good. I can walk, I can sit in chairs. Thank you. Poxy says super happy for you. Thank you. Thank you, Poxy. Wow, what a world. What a world. So, sitting in a chair is very exciting for me. I have tea with me here. Augie, I love to hear it. So, yes, Augie's Attic, you're working on that tonight. I love it. And it just, from what I know of it, and I know you posted about it in the Discord a little while ago, is this the horror anthology? Oh, yes, behind me. Uh, this is my massively overgrown monstera. Um, so a year ago, when I was streaming, I it was not this big and overwhelming. And then I sat on the floor for like 10 months and now I'm back and it's like it got real huge and real big and my cat ate part of it, which is really bad because Monstera is toxic for cats, FYI. And I knew that and he knew that. And yet, so it's growing new leaves now to cover up the chewed up ones. So yeah, welcome Sarah, you're here. Hello. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have an affiliate anniversary today through Twitch. Like, what even? Who even knows? What is life? What are we doing? Uh, I love that you're able to be here tonight. So yeah. Um Giant Monstera and all sorts of other things here. I like to think that I don't know, that these plants like are helping keep me alive, right? They produce oxygen, they give me peace in my heart. Oh my gosh, Monstera del Rey, Poxy, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. And a baby Monstera. I need to repot them so bad. Yeah, this one is actually, I don't know how much you can see. It's like sending out these like giant horrifying tentacle roots. Uh and I think it's trying to tell me something in that it also wants to be repotted. So, okay, yes, Augie says, yes, it's a horror anthology podcast. Each season is a different audio drama. Season one, oh, is a collection of short stories with one overarching story, tying it all together. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. Oh, good. So you're able to be here because it's lab night and you already handed in your assignment. Yeah, those plant names are amazing. And yes, please do. Uh, the Discord is open to all plant, animal, pets, whatever adorable pictures you would like to share with us. Um, yeah, I'd love to see those. So, sorry, I'm just like, I'm still kind of getting used to like being here streaming again. I've missed the last few weeks and I apologize for that. Oh yes, thank you for linking us to the Discord. You're very good. Um, yeah, I have been not doing a lot of evening streaming just because healing, I've been getting tired super early and I'm a person who already gets tired super early. Um, but yeah. So this is the first week in a while that I've done a ride along. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to do some work. I've been doing a lot of streaming during the day. I know, Augie, I saw you there earlier. My friend Asa and I have been doing what we are calling Story Club. Hey, welcome. Jack. Oh, JC Fabs is here. Hi. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, you're from the YouTube. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I am streaming simultaneously to YouTube and Twitch, I think, but I feel like we have a little bit of a stronger community over here on Twitch. But yes, catching up here. Oh, Augie said, okay. Yeah, Augie says it was a blast. I thought it would be a ride along, but it was a book club that I didn't read for, LOL. Yeah, so okay, so what I was mentioning before is my friend Asa and I have started doing Story Club. Um And when I go live on Twitch, I think sometimes I forget to go in there and update like the title and the explanation of what I'm streaming. And so it might have still said a ride along, which it is tonight. We're doing a ride along tonight. But earlier this morning was Story Club. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we've been reading a short story here, and I'm gonna like use my spine to like bend over, like my functional spine. And every Wednesday, we read a sci fi story from Jeff and Anne Vandermeer's Big Book of Science Fiction. And then Thursday, for Story Club, we are reading stories out of The Dark Descent. So these are horror stories. Obviously, the sci fi stories are sci fi stories. And we are doing that. The time has skipped around and changed, but right now, there's just been a lot going on for both of us. But presently, we are doing this at 10 a.m. Central on Wednesday and Thursday. If you would like to join us, again, we read a short story and then we discuss it. If you would like to read the story along with us, yes, they are they are really big books. So we've already been doing this for a few weeks, and you can kind of see uh, we have barely made a dent in either one, so which is good. I was telling someone the other day, yes, they are thick with two C's. I was telling someone the other day, I really love that there are so many books and stories in the world, and I think it's a good thing. Some people might say that it's depressing, but I think it's a good thing that I will never have time to read them all. Like that's a very hopeful thing for me. I don't know why. Yes. Jimmy, hey. Oh, yes. Jimmy says 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 2 p.m. next March 8th Dimension Standard Time. Yes, yes. I like to think that I feel like sometimes I slip in and out of that particular time dimension. So, oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Well, my gosh, I am glad each and every one of you is here. Thank you for being here. Um, Yeah. Oh, that's right. I was telling you. I apologize for being. It's been quite a day. So we did Story Club this morning for science fiction, and we read The Conquest of Gola by Leslie F. Stone, written in 1931. And then tomorrow we are reading. If you would like to join us tomorrow, we are reading The Crowd by Ray Bradbury, which was originally published in, I believe, the October Country, and so if that's available via ebook from your local library, if you can find it online, I think Jimmy even mentioned that there is a Ray Bradbury theater episode, which I haven't seen, but there's a episode on The Crowd. And so we're covering that tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Nope, 11 a.m. Eastern. Jimmy, I should just have you like do the times for me. 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. 9 a.m. Pacific, I believe. So please do, please do join us for that. And then on Fridays, we are doing, we've been doing these like writing workshops, like flash fiction writing workshops and short story writing workshops. This week on Friday at the same time. So again, that is 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. We are doing a workshop on space horror, which is a personal favorite genre of mine. I love a space horror. Yes, Jimmy says 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Yes, wherever you are joining us from. Um, that will be that workshop on writing space horror will be on Friday. It's completely free. It'll be here on Twitch and on YouTube. So wherever you want to join us from. And as always, you can watch a replay or a recording of the workshop on my YouTube channel. So, oh, so that's a lot. So, those of you, yes, 1174 if you're in space where the horror is happening. Exactly. It's actually been really fun putting this horror space horror writing workshop together. I'm kind of like going through and thinking about like just all these fabulous movies I've seen and The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Gray, is that her name if you've read it? Um oh, there's just so many good things. And Jonesy the cat, forever Jonesy the cat from the first Alien movie, who I like to think lives forever after that. Yes. Space where the horror is happening, Augie says, would make a great t-shirt. Yes. It kind of would, wouldn't it? Oh man, I need to like write. Yes, thank you, Caitlin Starling. I don't know where I got Gray from. Thank you, Poxy. Caitlin Starling wrote The Luminous Dead, and I realized I haven't really read as much space horror. I read a lot of sci-fi, but I've definitely seen proportionally more space horror movies than I have read space horror books. And another one of my favorites is Illuminae, and I have to turn around and look. The Illuminae files. Oh my gosh, Jay Kaufman and who's I can't I can't turn all the way because spine doesn't turn all the way yet. Um but yes, the Illuminae files are, I believe, it's been a while since I've read it, but it's a really good like sort of found footage kind of book with different emails and correspondences, and also there are zombies in space. And I remember it having zombies in it, but I don't remember it being super scary. So that's the thing with genres is sometimes they figuratively, literally bleed over into each other. Um, I've noticed that the Ray Bradbury story we're reading is here in the horror anthology. He is also here in the Big Book of Science Fiction because there's so much crossover often between, you know, sci-fi and horror. So I don't know. I've really been enjoying doing story club on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then doing these free writing workshops on Fridays. I was telling Jimmy earlier, it really um, it gets me to read stories I wouldn't otherwise read. Oh, okay, I love Darcy Coates. Okay, Poxy says, I just started reading Darcy Coates' The Carrow Haunt, and I'm finding myself loving a horror mystery vibe. Me too. Um, I loved, oh my gosh, the Haunting of Ashburn Manor. She has a lot of like haunting of books. I love The Haunting of Ashburn Manor. There's also Gillespie Manor, which I didn't like as much, and then there's one about a haunted vineyard that I enjoyed less. But my gosh. Yeah, I know, Sarah. Sarah says nowadays if I want a good horror story, I watch the news. Preach. Yes. Hey, Johan is here. Oh, L. Ron Hubbard, yes. So Johan's over here on YouTube and says, my favorite space horror writer is L. Ron Hubbard, purely based out of his sheer imagination to re-envision a way to monetize enslaved people into a new religion. Yeah, there is a lot going on there. Um, you know, I'm curious too about like how can I start my own cult through science fiction writing? I mean, that's something I was gonna say that's something I really want to work on for the coming year, but like no, I'm not starting a cult. Um yes. Oh, Poxy says her book The Dead Winter was my first intro to her and I loved it. Ashburn Manor is sitting behind me on my bookshelf waiting to be read. So I haven't read the Dead Winter or Dead of Winter or I think you're right, Dead Winter. I haven't read that one. Um which is again a good thing. Again, a good thing. There are more books and stories than we will ever be able to read, and that is so good. Yes, good. Okay, Augie says you've got us all here. That's half the battle of being a cult leader. Excellent. Yes. Yes, my plan, my evil plan to create a very small cult. Oh, really? Sarah says we used to have trouble with a cult in QC when they were expecting the aliens to show up. Real. Wow. I don't think we're gonna, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna get aliens. I'm open to it. I've got the big book of science fiction right here. Yes. Jimmy says start Twitch and YouTube channels. Number 2, have regular ride-alongs, which are really cult-alongs. Won't you all cult along with me? Oh, QC is Quebec. Thank you, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Won't you all just cult along with me? I feel like I want that to be some kind of tagline as well. Yes. Oh, Poxy, I appreciate that. Poxy says Dead Winter is so good, but it left me shocked page after page. I was reading it at work and could not put it down, so I think I finished it in 24 hours or so. That is a rare book. And that is honestly, it's so hard to find those. They're such gems. The books that you actually can't put down. I feel like I read a lot. I try to read 52 books a year. And then I'm also reading a bunch of short stories for story clubs. And it is rare. And I don't know if this is me being old and cranky or just if I'm tired or if I just have very um defined preferences, but it has been so hard for me to find a book that I have been like deep into, like can't put it down, have to stick with it, have to finish it right away. Faxi says it's right. That's why I went out and got 4 of her other books. Yes, not all of her books have been like that for me, but several of them have, and it's very rare. Jimmy says our cult doesn't expect the aliens to show up, but if they do, we won't shoo them away. Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to think there was a wonderful Parks and Rec episode about a little cult that waits every year for the aliens to take them away, which sounds kind of frighteningly like like your experience in real life, Sarah. Engage with Zorp, I believe, is their tagline. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Yes, we'd invite them for coffee and tea. We would, Poxy. We would. And it's interesting that you say that because I'm reading a lot of stories about alien visitations in the Big Book of Science Fiction for Wednesday Story Club. And nobody ever, I don't want to say nobody ever, I'm sure there's a story somewhere, but nobody ever asked the alien invaders in for coffee and tea. And I think that together we can change that. Okay, good. You weren't in. Okay, good. You weren't in the cult, Sarah. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. The Alien Book Club when? Um oh man. Oh man. Well, there's so many. Not book clubs, but books. Now we have been doing, you are very welcome. I don't know, everybody's not, I know not everybody is free at 10 a.m. Central on Wednesdays, but we have read several alien stories in Story Club, but not novels quite yet. And so I don't know, let's keep that on the back burner. I think right now it's it's so tempting and exciting to think of like, oh, I'll start an alien book club or a cult. And then it's like, but when, Sarah? You know, because I'm already like so behind on Girl in Space season 2, which is still coming. I'm so sorry. It's so slow and so late. Um, I'm working on well, and it's been a million years since I have published a Right Now podcast episode. Although that's less about time and energy and more about my own personal like hangups about teaching and not knowing what to say anymore in a podcast. I don't know. Maybe I'll, you know what? Maybe I'll do a Right Now podcast episode about why it is so hard to do a Right Now podcast episode and really get into, I don't know, the older I get, I feel the less I know. And I feel like there's I don't know if it's Socrates. I feel like there's like a quote, all I know is I know nothing. Oh, thank you. Poxy says no need to apologize. Thank you. Um, I don't know. I feel like I live in the state of needing to apologize. Jimmy, if you can get us the time zone on that state, let me know. But I just feel like I'm not in my 20s. I had the confidence that I could teach people about writing. And now that I'm in my 40s and I've been published, I feel like I don't know anything about writing. And that's just so those of you out there, I'd love to hear if you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, hello. If you're watching this live, also hello. Do you feel the same is true for you? I don't know. Like the more experienced you get, do you feel like less qualified to talk about things? Oh, I'm so sorry. There's ads. Gross. Um, Sorry if you had to just sit through some ads just now. I was talking about I haven't been able to create Right Now podcast episodes lately because of maybe a form of imposter syndrome. I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I feel like I'm not qualified to teach people anything about writing because I know so little about it myself. I feel like literally every time I sit down to write, I have to learn everything all over again. Like I'm a beginner every time I sit down to write. I look at what I've written the day before and it's like, I didn't know anything yesterday and I don't know anything today. Welp, time to put some words down. Yeah, oh, Jimmy, that's a good point. Real quick too, Sarah says, yeah, the thing about the older you get, the more you realize you know less would be an amazing episode, by the way. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I feel like that's something that I could talk about with authority, and that might like open up the floodgates for more episodes. But the Right Now podcast has just been something that has helped me. This is going to sound so silly. It's like helped me cope with being a writer. I started the Right Now podcast back in 2015, about 2 years before I left my full-time day job. And like that podcast really grew along with me. And I sort of processed what I was going through in my journey, uh, through that show. But I feel like I've been plateauing for the last several years and that I don't have anything new to share too. So just a lot going on. Jimmy says, I can't teach you about writing. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm going to reshare that after I take a sip of tea. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Jimmy says, I can't teach you about writing. I can only tell you how I write, yes, and share some of the things that ran me into the ditch or propelled me forward. Jimmy, that's such a good perspective. That's very grounded. Grounded, wise. It's a healthy perspective, I think, and it's a generous perspective as well. I like that. Yes, stellar cult members and awfully fine writer folk. Yes. Yes. Yeah. JC Henry, hey, move back to YouTube because of the ads. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Johan says the Dunning-Kruger effect. True. I've been shouting with confidence in my 20s, but now that I'm in my 30s, I look back and cringe and ask myself, what gave you that confidence? Oh, Johan, I feel that so much. I think for me, it was just, sheer ignorance of all that I didn't know that I didn't know. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I just didn't know how much I didn't know. I thought I had things figured out. Like, like, duh, obviously, like if you want to be a writer, then you should write. And it's I'm not gonna say old, Jimmy. I don't think you're old. I don't think you're old at all. None of us are old here. We're all wise and wonderful and gracious. And I really do think that that was a wise thing to say. So, so yeah. But boy, yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect. You know, I was going back through some old Right Now podcast episodes and just maybe I should save this for my recording for this new Right Now podcast episode I'm planning in my head. But yeah, the authority with which I said certain things. And I don't think anything I said was untrue. Like, I don't think I gave any bad advice or said anything that wasn't accurate or true. I just said them with unquestioning confidence. And that's just I'm really missing that confidence, I guess, today. Yes. You are not old, you're wise beyond your age. Yes. Um yeah. Mhm. My friends. My friends. Would you like to do some creating in our create along this evening? Because I would. I realize I have been yapping for 30 minutes. So, what I'm going to do is the chat is still available on both YouTube and Twitch. I have just gently removed it to remove distractions, largely for myself. I will peek into the chat every once in a while we write, but hello, welcome. I realize I haven't introduced myself. My name is Sarah. I'm a writer and podcast producer living in the Midwestern United States. I've been podcasting for 10 years. I've been live streaming for some number of years. That is less than 10, but more than 2. And yeah, I'm here just to be a warm, gentle, supporting guide for you, with you, through your own writing journey. Yeah, I used to host these ride-alongs every Wednesday, and then I had some big health issues this year and spinal surgery and all sorts of things. But I'm happy to be here tonight with you. The way that this works, if you haven't been to one of these before, welcome and hello again. I'm really delighted that you have chosen to spend your evening with us. This is just going to be a really chill writing session. So we're just going to hang out and work on whatever it is that moves us. And so if you are working on a short story and you want to work on that, that's fine. If you're working on your memoir or a novel, perfect. If you are baking cookies, that's great. If you're playing Stardew Valley, excellent. I am working on believing the fact that writing is more than just putting words on paper. Writing is filling up your creative well and resting and preparing yourself from for rather some of the hardest work. I've been reading Heather Seller's book page after page, and she says writing is the hardest work I've ever done in my life, and harder than relationships, harder than physical labor. So yeah, so we're all here to work through all of that together. So, resting is writing, cooking is writing. It's all writing. Was it Bjork who said everything is music? I mean, that's how I feel now about writing. But the way that we'll do this is we'll go for the next hour and 15 minutes. We'll come back at 8:45 p.m. Central. That is 9:45 p.m. Eastern and 6:45 p.m. Pacific, probably. Yeah, we can talk a little bit afterwards about what you worked on, if you took a nap. I support all of it. Feel free again to continue chatting in the chat. Ooh, yeah, there's some good comments. There's some good comments coming in. I want to share some of these real quick before we jump in. JC Henry says, when I first heard your podcast, I thought and felt you were authentic. Oh, Thank you. That actually means a lot. Thank you. Yes, I'm working on the vampire outline for October. I love it. I love it. Um, I know Augie noted working on Augie's Attic, the new podcast. Well, new podcast, the podcast that I know you've been working on for a while. Sarah says I'm torn between assignments, or resume updates to apply to a few jobs. Boy, yeah. Which one sounds less exhausting, maybe? Ooh, Jimmy says I roughly recollect a quote that said a certain amount of arrogance is normal in the young and dangerously foolish in the old. Yeah, that's very well said. Oh, Poxy says happy creating everyone. So yes. Johan says, can I make it a goal to write a poem in 30 minutes and submit for critique? Yes. Yes. You absolutely can. Um, I love that. And we have a Discord for this community. And we also have a Discord for the Story Club community that I've been leading with Asa. And I'll try to get both of those links up and ready for you to click on. Just have to find where they are. Um, yes, less exhausting you be video games. Right. Augie says, yep, I've started incorporating plot points. Oh, from my random short stories into the main story. Okay, good. Lots of transitions to work through. Boy, I feel that. Yes. And that's very cool. All right, friends. 30-minute poems, Augie's Attic, whatever it is we're working on tonight. Your vampire outline. Let's just do this. Let's jump in and do some creating together. I'll be here. If I need to go make more tea, I'll put up a little BRB sign, but otherwise I'll be here. And good luck and happy writing, everyone. Oh, and I'll mute myself just so you don't hear me like sipping tea and clicky clacketing the keys. Hello, everyone. Hello. I would like to welcome you back gently so as not to terrify you or give you a heart attack. But hello, it is 8:45 p.m. Central. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How was this creative time for you? I would love to hear. So, I am now the right size, I think. Yes, good, good. A lot of comments coming in. Um, let's see. Oh, and we even had somebody come into the Discord and hello. Oh my gosh. You wrote a long poem. Okay, so Johan wrote a poem and submitted it to our Discord. If you would like to read it, please do go to our Discord. You'll find the link if you scroll up in the chat just a little bit. That's fantastic. He wrote this in 30 minutes and that's incredible. Holy cow. Mateo is here. Hello. Ian is here. Hello. Oh, yeah, we had people doing different things. Asa popped by and just said hello. Ian says, I'm just editing a video. Not as exciting as writing, but it needs to be done. I feel that. Um, yes, yes. And let's see. I want to make sure. Drayton, hey. Oh, fantastic. Oh, I love that you're here. How did folks do? Let's see. Yes. Good. Jimmy says I got my church project done. Augie says I'm about 2 lines away from finishing the next episode. I made great progress. I love to hear this. Oh, what a great feeling. Several of you noticed my cat Cyrus made an appearance. He doesn't like that I was focusing on my writing here on my desk. So he came and he sat down so that I would pay attention to him. Those of you who have cats know what I'm talking about. It's just how they work. But yeah, his name is Cyrus and he's 3 years old. I found him, well, someone found him and I adopted him. They found him in a dumpster in Minnesota and I was like, I will give him a home. And so I've had him now for about 3 years and he's just perfect. So, yes, very cute, very regal, says Mateo. Yes, cat prison. Ugh. And I'm also okay, I'm severely allergic to cats, and yet I have 2 of them. They're both rescues, and if the hair touches my face and maybe you saw earlier, I, like, gave him smooches on his head, which I shouldn't have done, so I have to go wash my face, in a little bit once we're done with the stream. But, yeah, severely allergic to cats, but I don't care. I take tons of, taking tons of medications anyway. Why not some allergy pills on top of it? Yes. Oh my gosh, you have 5 cats, Augie. Augie says I took one and she had kittens, so now I have 5 cats. I love it. It's not a stupid poem, Johan. Yes, it is in the Discord. I love it. I might move it to the show your work area, but that is fantastic. Fantastic. Good. Mateo says, I don't think your voice could scare anyone. Hopefully. That's the hope. I don't want to give anyone a heart attack. Mateo says, it went well. I wrote in the last half hour, got 133 words done. Heck yes. That's wonderful. It's Cyrus. Mateo's asking, is it Syrus or Cirus? It is Cyrus. Named after named after a couple things. A very obscure book character, but also does it make me narcissistic if there's a character in my audio drama Girl in Space who is named Cyrus? But that is like for a plot reason that you'll find out at some point. I don't know if it's going to be in season 2 or later, but like his name means something. Just purely coincidence that my cat's name is also Cyrus. Do with that what you will. For those of you who haven't listened, I have a phone case that is my business card, basically. The Girl in Space podcast is an audio drama that I wrote a few years ago. I'm working on season 2 now. That's what I've been mostly working on for the past few years. When I first created it, I created each episode, recorded each episode, and then released each episode before starting the next one. This time I am writing the whole thing like a novel. I'm on a second draft of the whole thing, and it's going to end up being between 85 and 130,000 words. So it is the size of a novel. Um, and it's just a forever project. So those of you who have stuck with me the whole time, thank you for being here. I hope season 2 will be worth it. Oh, thank you. My gosh. Ian says, listening to Girl in Space in my spare time is awesome. Thank you so much. Well, there will be a season 2 if you enjoy it. I know. Johan says a cat named Cyrus. All you need is a dog named Magnus now. I know, it's kind of perfect. Oh, JC Henry says, thanks for the stream. Have a good week, everyone. Oh, there's a Pokemon bad guy named Cyrus. That I did not know. I don't know anything about Pokemon. Ugh. It's been a day. It's been a day. This is the second live stream I've done today. Again, if you were around... Oh. It's going to be loud for a second because Cyrus has a cardboard scritcher that he likes to sharpen his claws on, so... I don't know if you can hear that or not. Done, buddy? Okay. This is my second live stream of today. Earlier today, my good friend Asa and I do Story Club on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday is sci-fi, Thursday is horror, sort of loosely. Horror and sci-fi have so much crossover. They're both speculative fiction, and a lot of elements that work for one also work for the other, and vice versa. But yeah, 10 a.m. Central Time. So that is 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Join us. We're doing one tomorrow. Horror, because it's Thursday. We do horror on Thursdays. We've been working through this anthology called The Dark Descent. It's edited by David G. Hartwell. It is very wonderfully put together. David G. Hartwell has done an excellent job of not only choosing stories, but like curating them and presenting them in an order. They're not in chronological order of when they're written. They are in order to how they interact with each other. Like it's very well done. Tomorrow we're going to be reading Ray Bradbury's 1943 short story, The Crowd, which I believe also appears in, is it The October Country or Dark Carnival? I'm not sure which book it appears in, but if you can find it online, please do, or if you have it, if you've already read it, please do join us tomorrow for Story Club. And yes, I totally get if you are at work, The October Country. Okay, so my instinct was right. I looked at the little blurb here and then I second guessed myself. But yes, The October Country. Augie says there's an audio version on YouTube. And Jimmy has mentioned also there is a episode of Ray Bradbury Theater, which dramatizes it, I believe, but I might be very, very wrong about that as well. So yeah, join us tomorrow for Story Club if you can. You can always come back and rewatch the episodes on my YouTube or on Ace's YouTube. Oh my gosh, there's, I think, a little cat hair on my face still, and I'm very allergic. I'll go wash my face soon. And then on Friday, I am teaching along with Asa. I am teaching a space horror writing workshop. So it is going to be specifically about space horror. It is one of my all-time favorite genres. It melds together sci-fi and horror so wonderfully. And I hope you can join us for that. Again, same time, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are all the same time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. And again, if you can't make it, that's fine. I won't hate you. But you will get a lower standing in our cult. Just saying. All right. Also, I'm not starting a cult. Um Oh, good. Augie says, I hope to make the stream tomorrow. At the very least, I'm gonna read it. Good. That's been like my favorite thing about this is I've been reading all these stories I would have never read otherwise. I am not a short story person, really, or historically, I have not been a short story person. Um, I'm a novel person. Like I don't know, novel after novel. I've got stacks. But yeah, I'm getting into short stories now. So I'm growing as a person. I'm growing as a writer. I'm growing as a person. It's also a lot easier to do a weekly book club about short stories because, well, I actually can find time to read them. So that's how we roll here. Oh, my friends. Sounds like what a cult leader would say. What? No, I'm not starting a cult. Uh, Ian says you're totally starting a cult. Johan says, hopefully I'll be there. Yay or nay on the poem? Um, I don't want to. I looked it over, and it looks very lovingly written. But I also don't want to tell you that your work is good or bad. Um, so yeah, it is up in the Discord. It will be up there for anyone who wants to read it. If you do want to share your work, please do so in our Discord. There's a channel called Show Your Work, where I would love to see you post your work. Um, More cults. You and Asa do one cult story workshop, and suddenly you gotta make more cults. I know. Johan says, if you need to start a cult, I could come in handy. I'm a football fan after all. You know what? Cults come in all shapes and sizes. Football related, non-football related, science fiction, speculative fiction related. Um, Cult leader says what? I don't even. Um, you know what? I will encourage you, as a leader of something that is not a cult, drink water, hydrate. So many writers drink coffee and other beverages that dehydrate you. So please, yes, yes. Hydrate, don't dihydrate, Aki says. Yes, hydrate. Yes, Sarah, hydrate, don't dihydrate. Ugh, ugh. Before I don't want to say crashed and burned. Before I took a hiatus from doing weekly Wednesday night ride-alongs, we had this was our refrain: hydrate, don't dihydrate. So please stay hydrated. It'll make your skin nice. You'll feel better. I'm just gonna drink some more water right now. Oh, it's so good being hydrated. Yes, the cult of hydration. Join us. A shining example for us all. A water cult, yes. Yes. What do they say in Avatar The Last Airbender? Water tribe out? Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, my friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for pursuing your craft, whether you were editing videos tonight or working on a podcast or writing a story or putting together a church bulletin. Whatever you were doing this evening, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being in community here with us. I really want to make this a warm and inviting and safe space for writers of all kinds, creators of all kinds. And I'm really glad that you are among those. I'm not going to say you're joining a cult. Um, Thank you for being here, is what I'm going to say. I see some comments are coming in. Jimmy says, a person with loyal followers gives advice on what to drink. Not a cult, but totally a cult. Oh, only in Sokka's voice. Yes, pretend that was in Sokka's voice. Thank you, Ian. Yes, just Water Tribe. Ian, thank you for being here. I saw that you have a YouTube channel as well. There's so many really cool creators in this community. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get back to doing these on Wednesday nights. Now that I'm no longer sitting on the floor and no longer recovering from surgery, now that I can sit in a chair at a desk, it's such a big difference. But yeah. Okay, friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. You are just, if no one's told you this yet today, you are a gift. You are good. Glad you're here. You have a story to tell that matters. I want you to remember that. Meanwhile, everyone in the chat's going on about me being a cult leader. Oh my gosh. Sarah says at least she doesn't ask us to transfer her all of our money. And Jimmy said that's what Ko-fi is for. I am accepting donations and tips, but it's not a cult. Oh. Cyrus is scratching his claws again, which you can probably hear. Good job, buddy. Oh, what a strong little boy. Good boy. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to your evening. I hope you had a good time. I hope you felt welcomed and cozy, and that you enjoyed our time together. And I will see you, if not next Wednesday evening for a create along. I might see you tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, Friday at 10 a.m. Central for Horror Story Club and a space horror writing workshop, respectively. Okay, friends. Be good to yourselves, hydrate, and I will see you soon. For now.